Hello and welcome back to Best Era Football. This, of course, is the Madden season. This is Madden 18, so the 2017/18 season. But we're using historical teams from my favorite era of football, 1984 to 2000. So these are custom rosters that I made. They're actually downloadable from the Madden Share, EA Share. Um, Best teams 84 to 2000 is the name of the roster set. And basically today we are going to view the 1990 Los Angeles Raiders going into Tennessee to take on the 1999 Tennessee Titans.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Now, of course, as far as if you're basing on who made it farther, you would say the Titans are the favorite, as they made it to the Super Bowl, whereas the Raiders got knocked off in the playoffs. However, both of these teams are very good, and that's why they're included in the roster set. Now you take a look at the 99 Titans. Saw a roll there. Saw Willie Gault on the Raiders. There's Jay Schrader, Willie Gault, Mosbar. And there is Steve Air McNair coming out. A great late Steve McNair, quarterback of the 99 Titans. Marcus Allen right there, of course. Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson will be leading a fearsome rushing attack. On the other hand, Air McNair, scrambling quarterback that will definitely put up some yards, along with the big beast Eddie George. So both these teams very good at running the football. Let's see what happens. Put this on slow. Go ahead and jump forward.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16.
And roll. It's down to the 29-yard line, sorry. Here comes Steve McNair. They'll show you some of his ratings, as he has no stats, of course, this being week 1. Oh, McNair gets hit. Howie Long comes through and buries him. Big sack from Hall of Famer Howie Long.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Love to get after
the fake to George, and Howie Long says hello to Steve McNair. Boom. What a start for the Raiders defense. One play, one sack. McNair drops back. He's got quick feet now. He takes off running 20, 25, 30. Slides after an 11-yard gain. So that gets the sack back and a few more. Makes it 3rd and 6. So you see some of the scores. This is the noon game. The last game was also a noon game. I just wanted to get one out there since I did not do the Thursday night game. But basically, I'm not sure if this will happen every week, but for this week I wanted to do the last of the noon games just so you could get some highlights on scores down below. There. Happy feet again. He'll take off and he'll get the first down. So definitely a part of the Titans' game plan here is to show off McNair's running ability. See if the Raiders adjust to that. This time they'll give it to Eddie George, and he gets across midfield, and another first down. 10-yard gain for George. No, I'm sorry, he's inches short. The Raiders have given up everything through on the ground so far. The one pass play, the Titans went with Howie Long got the sack. There's Eddie George picking up the first down. Eddie George in 1999 was clearly a workhorse McNair the lead leagues in both carries, attempts, and rushing yards. And I'll give it to him again. 3 carries, 9 yards already, as well as a couple scrambles from McNair. So they are definitely going with the running footballs. And that is Jeff Fisher on the sidelines. Of course, the customizable coaches is one of the things Madden lacks the most in. So very hard to make the coaches look appropriate, but at least you can do some different skin colors. So at least Art Shell will be black. At least they give you that much. Here is the offensive line for the Titans. Brad Hopkins, Bruce Matthews, Hall of Famer, Kevin Long. I missed the other two, but great offensive line. Eddie George is a workhorse. Wycheck, the tight end, is probably the best receiver out of the group. The thing about the 99 Titans is the difference between the number 1 receiver and the number 4 receiver is not that big. So none of them are outstanding or anything. But there's McNair fumbling the football, and the Raiders will pick it up, and he's gone. A defensive touchdown for the 1990 Los Angeles Raiders. Oh my. The Titans took some minutes off. A 5-minute drive, but it's going to end with a defensive touchdown. What a way to start for the Raiders defense. A sack, 2 sacks, a sack in the first play, and then a sack strip fumble, and recovered and returned for a touchdown.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return.
See, look at Scott Davis on the bench. The long hair.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return.
Jager put the extra point through, and now he'll kick it short.
This is taken to the 13.
And across the 30. So the Titans. That was Mason, of course, on the return. Titans will come out again.
Franchise which has missed the playoffs 8 straight years here in Nashville, but the arrow, I think it's pointing up. 9 wins last year, 5 of them against playoff.
There's the one finalist, the Thursday night game. The 1985 Patriots beat the 1990 Kansas City Chiefs. There's a handoff to George, but he's stuffed immediately. And the 97 Pittsburgh Steelers take the lead on the 86 Cleveland Browns 3-0. There's a handoff, but a flag. Jeff Fisher wants to yell at someone. It's holding on the Titans. Kevin Long, the center, is called for holding. 2nd and 23 from the 18-yard line. McNair in the shotgun. He takes it. He's looking. He lets it go. Complete the 30 across the 35. And that was complete to number 87, which is Kevin Dyson. 20 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 3. McNair fires. Dyson gets it. Nice run after the catch. Makeable 3rd down now at 3rd and 3. Of course, the 1999 Titans lost the Super Bowl 1 yard. A great Super Bowl against the St. Louis Rams, who are also in this game. Of course, the 99 Rams are the Rams team of choice. So maybe they will play each other at some point, and we'll replay that Super Bowl, but that was a good one. Last play of the game, Titans. McNair completed it. Can't remember if it was Dyson or Mason, but he completed the pass. And big Mike Jones, the linebacker of the 99 Rams, was able to tackle the receiver 1 yard short of the end zone. But that's not who they're playing today. Today they're playing the 1990 Los Angeles Raiders, who as you've seen from sacks and other plays. Here you go. Scott Davis, Greg Townsend, and Howie Long. Recognize some of those names, I hope. Tom Benson, Ricky Ellison. You got Jerry Robinson and Hunley, linebackers. Eddie Anderson and Harden are the safeties. Lionel Washington and Terry McDaniel are definitely competent cornerbacks. But they're going to have to be tackling cornerbacks, as the Titans have only thrown once in their first 10 plays. McNair from the shotgun. That's the second throw. He completes it. And they do tackle him, I believe, before the first down marker. No, he does pick up the first down. Okay, so the Titans moving the ball again. Wycheck on that catch. And now they give it to Eddie George, and he will slam forward for a couple. 10 yards on 6 carries. Again, he is a workhorse. He'll wear you down. So 6 carries, 10 yards, not a big deal. He might be at 18 carries for 40 yards, and then next thing you know, he's at 22 carries, and he's over 100. So he wears you down and then breaks a big one. There's a handoff to George again. Makes a cut there, gets all the way down to the 30. Now there's an injury. I hope it's not. It looks like it's Eddie George's shoulder. Now injuries are a part of this best era season. Trying to find out who the best is of, again, what I consider the best era of NFL football, which is 84 to 90. Trying to see who the best, and injuries do play a part. The Titans, Eddie George was a beast for sure. He was very important to that team. So losing Eddie George, if for, let's say that's a season-ending injury, that would, unfortunately take the 99 Titans out of a tournament like this. Whereas, Barry Sanders would be important. Thurman Thomas is important. Walter Payton's important. But then maybe, like, you go with the 1991 Falcons. They lose one of their running backs. Running backs 2 and 3 are just as good. Let's take the 1989 49ers. If Joe Montana gets hurt, that's going to suck. But their backup is Steve Young. So that will be nowhere near as disastrous as if, let's say, the 1984 Dolphins lose Dan Marino. You lose Dan Marino, your whole season's shot. So McNair spins away, breaks a tackle, but then Eddie Anderson comes up and makes sure he doesn't break that one. Steve McNair. He's been sacked 3 times. That one was exciting, though. He got away from the first sack. Here he goes back. He's in all kinds of trouble. Spins out of the sack there, but he cannot get away from Anderson. And now Al Del Greco will come out from a 49-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. It is good. And the Titans pull to within 7-3. At the same time, the 1985 New York Jets take a 3-0 lead on the 1990 Buffalo Bills. I would say that is an upset as far as in my own head. I haven't done the season before. I've done the ratings, tried to make them as accurate as possible. I did do some test games that you can see on YouTube, other ones that you cannot. Make sure that teams played how I wanted them to. But that's what the season is for. Let's see who the best is. I have my ideas, but let's see. Jay Schrader, you see his overall rating, only a 78. Again, it's not that Jay Schrader is a below-average quarterback or anything like that. What it is in this league, you have John Elway, Dan Marino, Joe Montana. Even a backup like Steve Young is better than Jay Schrader, so Schrader looks deep on this one, though, and almost threw an interception on his first attempt. How about that offensive line? Steve Wisniewski's amazing. Max Montoya. A couple of Pro Bowlers there. There's Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson. Oh, that's why we put the 90 Raiders in here. Now, the 83 Raiders, of course, were a very good team. This era is from 84 to 2000. What else could you argue? The Raiders, the Raiders were starting to get good at the end, but no, I think the 90 Raiders is the right team as far as the best team, and they were my favorite of the Raiders. So I'd take a look at the Titans. Joe Bowden, very good linebacker. There's where the Samari Roll, Marcus Robertson, and Blaine Bishop are some of the exciting defensive players I want to see. But the most exciting is the freak, number 90, Javon Curse. Schrader looking to the side. He makes the catch and gets the first down. That is Tim Brown. Willie Golt and Marvin Fernandez are the starting receivers. Tim Brown is a youngster at this point in 1990. But we all know how great of a receiver he turns into. There's a handoff to Marcus Allen. He has now carried the ball 2 times for 2 yards. And the Titans have not had to defend against Bo Jackson yet. He will get some playing time, but Marcus Allen is the starter. Schrader back to pass. He's looking. He fires towards the sidelines. It's caught, but only a gain of a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet inbounds.
The other thing is don't get too caught up on the overall ratings. Schrader as a 78. Doesn't really matter. What more matters is that he is the kind of quarterback that will take some shots deep. McNair, regardless of his screen pass setup for Marcus Allen, he gets some blocking. He will get the first down up to midfield. So Schrader now 3 of 4 for 23 yards. Again, in Madden, at least Madden 18, it's not the overall rating that means everything. I mean, sure, a 95 is better than a 75. There's just no doubt about it. But a lot of times in Madden 18, you'll see an 87 rated player is sometimes no better than a 79 rated player, just based on other things such as traits, what they do well. I mean, there's Bo Jackson on his first carry. The Titans bottle him up and only give him 2 yards. Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen, for instance, are very similar, maybe the exact same overall rating, but very different backs. Bo Jackson is the home run threat. At any second, he can bust it for huge yardage, whereas Marcus Allen is probably the more predictable. I'll get you a yard or 2 more than you expect on every play, but rarely hit the home run. Also rarely get stopped for a loss on an important 3rd down play. Better catcher out of the backfield, those kind of things.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down and 8.
Here we go. Start of the second quarter, 7-3 Raiders. Schrader deep over the middle, connects with Marvin Fernandez for 36 yards. Schrader, he will go deep, and that's what you love about the 90 Raiders. Great running game, quarterback that's willing to go deep. Schrader now from the shotgun, he's looking end zone, or I'm not end zone, but closer. Gets down to the 4-yard line as he hits Willie Gault. So he's hit Gault, Fernandez, and Tim Brown all already. He's also gone to, I believe, one of his tight ends and Marcus Allen. So he's gotten 5 different receivers with his 5 completions. Okay, here we go. Is that, which running back is that? Looks like it's it's Smith. He'll get it in. So the 3rd running back to get a carry today is Big Steve Smith, and he gets the touchdown. So for those of you thinking Marcus Allen or Bo Jackson will end up leading this league of best era football in touchdown runs, they get their touchdown taken by Steve Smith.
And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Here you see the 1991 Falcons take the lead on the 1985 Chicago Bears 3-2.
And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Howie Long comes over to tell Steve Smith good job. Well, because of that defensive touchdown early, the Raiders have a commanding 14-3 lead early.
It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well.
There's some highlights of McNair getting sacked. It's been 3 sacks already.
Step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall.
Total yards very close. Score not so much. They'll hand it off to start this drive. Thomas is now 4 carries on 13 yards. Now I don't know that they'll pound Thomas as much as they pound George. Or at least not as effectively. I mean, I guess their game plan will probably stay similar because it is the AI. But on that option, instead of giving it to him, he takes it and loses a couple of yards. Hey, Vinny. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Just checking out some 1990 Titans versus the 1999 Titans against the 1990 Raiders. And McNair stutter steps, and that cost him as Bob Golick takes him down behind the line. That's the 4th sack for the Raiders defense.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Eddie George went out with an injury in the first quarter, and he hasn't come back yet, so that is not good if you're a Titans fan. 1979 is Bob Golick. So I'm not sure. There's no like middle road. He didn't necessarily have hair that long, but he did have longer hair.
And just think about how they've improved since the time they did draft Derek Carr to be their quarterback. They've gone from 3-13 to 79 to 12 and 3. But it wasn't just Derek Carr.
There's Bo Jackson, second carry, only 5 yards. Again, he's one of those guys. He'll get a bunch of 1s and 2s, but he'll hit the home run eventually. Yeah, this is week 1, so there may still be people that need to have haircuts and things after the game. But I don't think I'll cut Golick's hair. This is the second broadcast. The first one was also a Sunday noon game. The Bears against the 1985 Bears against the 1991 Falcons. This is the second one and the last of the noon games, so you'll see some scores at the bottom. Tell you what happened in the other noon games, and that's the difference between Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson there. Bo Jackson is the scarier running back, but Marcus Allen just knows how to get the first down. Look at this. He's stopped their spin move, breaks that tackle, gets out of that one, makes sure he gets the first down. The Bills and Falcons against each other, or just in general, both of those teams? Because the Falcons did play the Bears. You can check that out. Oh, that's right. I think the Bills and the Falcons do play, because this is the NFL schedule from 2017. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind if they play each other. I'll make that one of the broadcasts for sure. There's Throws a hand up to Bo Jackson. He slams forward a couple more yards. 4 carries for 12 yards.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
This drive is pretty clear.
Titans need a stop here. They're already down by 11. Jay Schrader from the shotgun. Slings it deep, and he's got his man. 6 of 7 for 98 yards. So what I was saying earlier when you saw Jay Schrader rated in the 70s, don't worry about overall rating. There's much more to ratings in Madden, at least Madden 18, than the overall. The overall doesn't mean half as much as you think. I haven't decided yet which 425 game will be broadcast. You think I would know that so that I could put it out there in case someone wanted to choose which game. Maybe we'll see, hopefully on the ticker down below, we'll see which games those are. But I haven't chosen which afternoon game to do. The 98 Cardinals lead the 91 Lions 10-3. Bo Jackson cannot break that many tacklers. Third and 7. Cannot allow the touchdown here if you're the Titans. Javon Curse has not done anything. We kind of need a sack here. Let's see, Schrader from the shotgun. Great protection. He's rolling around. He's going to run for it to the 5. He does not get in. He'll run every once in a while. Not quite the run. Okay. Who is that with the hair? That's going to probably be a haircut. Who was it? 68? 68. Doesn't make sense. Maybe it was 98. Or 58. 58. Okay. Is 58 Bowden? Yeah, that's a haircut that needs to happen. Jager comes out for the field goal. Chip shot, and it's good. No, it's not. So the rosters, as you know, Vinny, were made outside the CFM. Right, yeah, it's not roster filler. I made sure I control all the teams so the computer can't screw anything up this season. But week 1 is, hopefully I'll get them all fixed through week 1 and we won't see it anymore. But I've had to get a few haircuts to some of the Falcons. The Chiefs had about 3 or 4 guys with the long hair. There's just so much you can do outside of CFM. So now that we're inside CFM for the season, we're giving some haircuts after week 1. And hopefully everything will be cleaned up for the rest of the season. Injuries are on, so if there's enough injuries, I don't know if I will have to go out and sign roster filler. I guess I'll just name it from, at least from someone else that played between 84 and 2000. Just make sure they don't play as much as I can help it. But each team should be able to withstand a few injuries before that kind of stuff happens. I was saying before, I know you have commented, Vinny, on it. It's too bad you can't do more with the coaches there. McNair takes off, and McNair is going to be the leading rusher on this team with Eddie George on the sideline. But I was about to say that the coaching, just not much choices to pick from. So Jeff Fisher has a beard. You can't do mullets, so it doesn't look exactly like Jeff Fisher by any stretch, but do what we can. Oh, there your Buffalo Bills are losing to the 1985 Jets. On the other hand, my Bears are losing to the Falcons, so lots of upsets happening here in the early noon games, or at least in the first half of the noon games. Third and 8. Titans trying to score before the half. Nair gets rid of it. Can he pick up the first down? No. Nice tackle. McNair is 5 of 5, and he's also scrambled well. but somehow they've only put 3 points on the board. Oh, look at that. The Buffalo Bills have come back and take the lead. 90 Bills lead the 85 Jets. Oh, that's a good punt. That's going to be inside the 5, down at the 1 yard line. What a great punt. The Raiders will start at their own 1. Is this where Javon Curse comes through with a safety? Waiting for Javon Curse to do something. Handoff, Marcus Allen. Even though Bo Jackson's the one that could give you a 99-yard touchdown run, Marcus Allen is the one that'll make sure it's not a safety. So they went with Marcus on the first down. Oh, there we go, across the 10, 15, 20, 25. And that's Steve Smith, who's had 2 carries and gained 28 yards and a touchdown. So who's the better running back, Marcus Allen or Bo Jackson? Well, today it's Steve Smith. The Raiders now have room to breathe. Minute and 1 second left. Schrader is going to go deep again. He goes towards the sidelines, which is smart. Jay Schrader on fire, 7 of 8 for 119 yards. As far as the 32 teams that are in here, Jay Schrader's got to probably be, I don't know, the 20s, in the 20s. Not the worst quarterback, but definitely below in the bottom half. And you can see that he's still capable of putting a good game together. Tim Brown has 2 catches. Schrader has only 1 incompletion. And there's another completion, but a nice tackle stops him from getting the first down. The 1999 Titans were not a dominant defense, but they were solid. Solid running game, solid defense. Found a way to get all the way to the Super Bowl and just a yard away from it. Oh, Schrader fumbles it, but his offensive line is there to recover it. That is the Titans' first sack. The Raiders punting for the first time. And this is out at the 19, so it will count as an inside the 20 for Gossett. Wait, his goal was to have a 34 net yards? That's all right. Man, way to set the bar low, buddy. Looks like the Titans are just going to run it and get it into the locker room. Thomas, 7 carries, 18 yards. He is not quite Eddie George. Just manage, baby. That'll do it for the first half. Not what the Titans wanted to see, with George going down and them down by 2 touchdowns, but game's not over. The Raiders will get the ball first, though. Wow. 2000 Baltimore Ravens lead the 88 Bengals 13-9. The 1986 Cleveland Browns are destroying the 97 Steelers 27-6. Okay, there's one of them. Green Bay and Seattle. That's an option. 1984 Seahawks. There's another one. The 1996 Carolina Panthers against the 1989 San Francisco 49ers. Yes, that's the one unfortunate thing of these 32 teams will be the Texans. You'll have to watch Warren Moon in a Texans uniform. Marcus Allen now 7 carries, 21 yards. Can you move the Texans to Houston's? So that I was hoping I could. I know you can move. The one team you cannot move to be the Oilers is the Houston Texans. So that's unfortunate. I was hoping that I could move them to Houston, call them the Oilers. Oh, there's a broken tackle, and Bo might be gone, and that's what we were talking about. Bo Jackson's the home run hitter, and he just hit one. Marcus Allen does a lot of the dirty work. Steve Smith has been good, but that's the man you're afraid of, Bo Jackson. Bust through the tackle, and then the speed. So good. It's too bad he got injured. When you look at his stats, you have to remember he didn't start playing until the baseball season was over. So he played 6 to 7 less games each year than the rest of his running back counterparts. But this is a football game, so he's here on week 1. All right, 25. What was that with the long hair? 25 and 58. Start making some notes here so I can do the right haircuts. All right, McNair is going to need to score on this drive. There's a handoff. Is that still Thomas? It is. 8 carries, 22 yards. It looks like Eddie George is going to continue to sit out. That's unfortunate. Excuse me. I hope he's not injured for long, because Eddie George is pretty important to the 1999 Tennessee Titans. I'll give it to Thomas again, and he will get a first down. Thomas doing what he can. The Titans have reached 100 total yards against this Raider defense. Wycheck in motion. I'll give it again to Thomas. So they continue with the game plan of handing the ball off over and over. It's just, it's Thomas instead of Eddie George. The other thing about these coaches is they eat their hat, which is a nice graphical thing that EA Sports gave us. McNair fires, and that's complete. Steve McNair is 6 for 6. He doesn't throw often, but he has been on target when he does. Let's look at big offensive lineman Art Shell over there is the coach of the 1990 Raiders. Handoff again and slammed to the ground. Townsend rips him to the ground, and then Howie Long jumps on him just to make sure he knows how it feels. Second and 8 now. McNair drops back. Throws, and a nice catch made. McNair is 7 of 7. Catch made right in front of Ricky Ellison. 23 runs, only 7 passes for the Titans. There's the handoff. He will get the first down inside the 30 now. Plenty of time. You just have to score. If they get a touchdown here, they don't need to be in a hurry. They can take the 8-minute drive that they like to take, but they need to end it with a touchdown. Handoff again, gets a block, runs into his own man, and then Anderson puts him down. It's instead of Eddie George, it's Steven George. Not anywhere near the same. Handoff again, and he spins his way inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. 8 minutes left in the third. Titans down by 21. Here we go. All kinds of tight ends and a fullback in. Handoff, he'll blast forward, he'll get the first down. Thomas is up to 40 yards on the ground. There you see the Falcons getting closer to the 85 Bears down below.
That doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? Gotta be able to put your nose in
Y check in motion.
smell where the first down sticks
They're
are.
going to give it to Thomas again. He gets a block. Oh, Howie Long tackles him just as he was breaking the tackle from the linebacker and puts him down before he can go any further. The 84 Dolphins are destroying the 1999 Tampa Bay Buccaneers 28-3. 91 Redskins lead the 90 Eagles. And the Titans get the ball inside the 10. Yeah, the 91 Falcons and the 85 Bears are the other one that is out here in best era football. It was a good game. McNair's going to run for it. 10-5 gets the block. He does not get in, but he does get down to the 1 yard line. McNair's up to 43 yards. First and goal again. They have taken a lot of time off, but that's okay as long as it does end in a touchdown. McNair, the throw, and he completes his pass in the end zone, and somebody's hurt. That is Dyson, I believe. Yes, Kevin Dyson, the reception. Who's hurt, they're not going to say. Del Greco puts it home, and it is 24-10. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. There's the kick, and that is through the end zone. There you see the 85 Patriots have beaten the 90 Chiefs. There's a good game between the 85 Jets and the 90 Buffalo Bills, 7-6. Another good one there. 85 Bears in 1991. Atlanta Falcons. 2000 Ravens and the 88 Bengals in a good game. But there's a blowout. The 86 Browns are destroying the 97 Steelers. Schrader now 10 of 12. Both quarterbacks are lighting it up.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback.
So I am actually playing every game. Oh, there we go, Marcus Allen. Every game in this season will be played this way with the slow simulation. So I don't broadcast them all, because some of the games I have playing while I'm doing other things, cleaning the house or what have you. But they're all going to be played this way so that the stats stay how I want them, because again, the rosters were created for gameplay, not simulation. So if I do the fast simulation, it doesn't work right. So there's no autopilot. It's just every game is like this, where since I control all 32 teams, all I have to do is be controlling one of the teams, and I can simulate it like this. Now, as far as to get uniforms in this game, it didn't matter, because the Raiders and the Titans are still wearing the uniforms they did in 1990 and 1999. But for like the 85 Bears and the 91 Falcons, I did use two controllers to set the uniforms, and then I turned the second controller, to the middle on neither team, and then just left the one controller on the one of the teams so that I could simulate it like this. But yeah, as long as you in offline CFM, if you're user controlling all 32 teams, then you can set their formation substitutions to make sure, both Bo Jackson and Marcus Allen get carries. And then when you start the game, you can set the uniforms, and so it definitely works better than the other options. Oh, there's a nice move there across the 40. Thomas, he's got one man to beat, and 45 is not going to catch him. Huge run for the 80-yard touchdown run. And this is a game. Wow. Who needs Eddie George, Thomas says. He goes for 80 yards. And the Titans are within 8 points. El Del Greco makes it 7. 1 yard, 80, or 1 play, 80 yards. And the Oakland Raiders have allowed over 200 rushing yards from the 1999 Titans team, who only about 15 of them are from Eddie George before he got hurt. And Sidney did not have long hair either. That's 3 haircuts that the Titans need. The Raiders look pretty good, though.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case,
okay, let's see what the Raiders can do.
control the game offensively, put together some first downs.
Dial goes in motion. I'll give it to Big Bo Jackson across the 30. He slams a man down, but that was the last guy between him and the end zone, so nice tackle. Bo Jackson himself is up to 90-something yards, as the Raiders are up to 163 on the ground. Another handoff to Bo. He now has 10 carries for 98 yards and a touchdown. This could be the first game where both teams go over 200 yards on the ground. Jeff Fisher has continued to eat his hat. It's almost all gone. And I'm not sure why he's still eating it, because that was a great third quarter for the Titans. Raiders up by 7, but they need to take some time off the clock because the Titans are starting to roll. Here's Marcus Allen making his moves, fighting. Definitely a different style than Bo Jackson, but still effective. The Raiders are over 300 yards as an offense. And Marcus picks up the first down. 10 carries, 42 yards. So the gameplay, the formation subs that I set up for the Raiders is working brilliantly. Both Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson have exactly 10 carries each. Very good spread. Schrader will hand it off again. One broken tackle, Marcus Allen takes the lead in carries, 11-10, but Bo Jackson has the lead in yards. I formation. The Raiders definitely taking some time off the clock on this drive. Play action. Schrader goes underneath. Schrader 11 of 14, 139 yards. Both teams running first in this one. Passing second, although both quarterbacks have been effective when throwing the ball. Oh no. And that's the bad, I guess, of Bo Jackson, is he will lose yards sometimes. I think on a 3rd and 2 I might have gone with Marcus Allen, but oh my gosh, they're going to attempt a 61-yard field goal here. Now Jeff Jager should not be able to make it from here, but he doesn't. Okay, good. I was going to say, unfortunately, I think Madden 18 lets the punters and kickers kick it too far, and I might have to turn down the global settings. See how close he was. Okay, that was short. That's good. All right, he should not be able to hit from 60. Who could hit from 60 in this best era football? The Saints' Morton Anderson probably could. And I think that might be it. So hopefully we don't see any 60-yard field goals made in this season. McNair does get it out before getting sacked, and Thomas fumbles the football, but it goes out of bounds. So when you're in ZFM, well, first of all, I take advantage of the accelerated clock. So when there's not a lot of incompletions and things, then it runs smoothly. See, the clock just sped up from 11:50 to 11:25. So as long as there's no incompletions, then the game flies by pretty well. So I like to keep the quarters on these games that I'm watching in this season of Best Era Football. I like to keep the quarters at 15 minutes, again for stat purposes, and just keep the accelerated clock on. Now the pass-heavy teams, if they're throwing a lot of incompletions, those games might get closer to an hour 15, hour and 20 minutes. I think the Falcons-Bears game is closer to about an hour and 15 minutes because the 91 Falcons, the run and shoot, they did throw the ball a lot, and Miller wasn't the best quarterback in this league, so he's going to throw some incompletions. But it doesn't work too bad. It keeps it around an hour, depending how many incompletions there are. I would say the average is probably about an hour and 8 or hour and 9 minutes. This game might come in under an hour just because they both decided to run the ball so much. Oh, the Falcons got closer. It's 10-9 now. 85 Bears having a game with the 91 Falcons. McNair takes off and slides down about the 15-yard line. He's up to 65 yards running, and the Titans are just gashing the Raiders on the ground. McNair, nothing there, takes off running.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different.
The 1999 Titans, in typical fashion, are coming back, but not coming back with an aerial assault, coming back with the ground game. McNair is 11 of 11, however. So if any of you picked Steve McNair to be the most accurate quarterback of all these great quarterbacks in this Best Era Football, you are looking like a genius. McNair throws and completes another one short of the first down. 12 of 12, 77 yards. He's also run for close to 70. A different type of game from McNair as you'll see from like a Dan Marino, but very effective. McNair rolls around. Now he's in trouble, and he fumbles the football, and that's the problem. Oh, boy. The Raiders might have just iced this game. Ricky Ellison take it all the way back. What a play, a turn of events. There's Ricky Ellison. But who's is it? I think it's Howie Long that's going to strip it. Let's see. He gets around his man. McNair starts running. Howie Long punches it out. Ellison picks it up and returns it for a touchdown. And the 1990 Raiders go back up by 2 scores. Oh, there's another afternoon game. The Rams and the Colts. That's the 87 Colts against the 1999 Greatest Show on Turf. That might be on paper the most lopsided matchup we have in week 1. As Rodney Thomas has put it on in the second half. All right, so the Titans might need to speed up their offense a little bit as they need 2 scores now in 7 minutes. McNair will take off running. Spin move across the 30. Fumbles the ball again. Oh, no. They've gone to the well too much. He has fumbled 3 times. First play of the game, and then twice on these scrambles. First play was a sack fumble. These last 2 have been running. You see number 54 just reach in there and rip it out. This is a nice play. Rips it out. If you're going to keep running with the quarterback, the Raiders finally figured out that they could make him fumble. McNair has definitely been a weapon with running the ball, but he's also been a curse with 3 fumbles. Schrader's going to run now. Not quite as effective, but at least he didn't fumble. And there is a sack from the freak, Javon Curse. I wanted to see one. I got one. I didn't want to see that dance necessarily, but I did want to see Javon Curse with a sack, and he did get there. And now they'll do the smart thing and hand it off to Marcus Allen, and he will get a couple. 12 carries, 54 yards. Okay, Schrader's going to try to pick up this through the air, and he came down inbounds. That is a nice catch for the first down. Tim Brown, his third catch of the game. 5 minutes left. Bo Jackson's in. They'll give it to him, and the Titans defense will shut him down. 12 carries for 95 yards. So Eddie George, Bo Jackson, and Marcus Allen, what do they have in common? None of them lead this game in rushing yards. That belongs to Rodney Thomas. Bo Jackson inside the 5. Oh, he almost got his second rushing touchdown. He's up to 105 now. Bo Jackson, an unbelievable combination of speed and power. Will they give it to him again? One more try, and the Titans deny him again. Oh, did Barry Sanders score, I wonder? It's now 10-10 in that Lions-Cardinals game. They did stop Bo short of the first down as well, so Yeager will come out. Jeff Jaeger puts it through. It is 34-17. All right, a lot of pressure on McNair now. He's fumbled on the last 2 drives. Comes out, completes a pass for the first down. He has not thrown an incompletion, but he has not gone over 100 yards either. There you see the 88 Bengals might upset, and the Steelers have crawled back into it. The 97 Steelers making a comeback against the 86 Browns. McNair steps into it, and that's his first incompletion. There's the Houston Oilers are beating the 99 Jaguars fairly easily. Oh, and forget about that Steelers comeback. The Cleveland Browns score again. McNair on the run. Nice pass. And a 2-minute warning leaves us with the Titans still down by 17. That's 3 full scores. Uh-oh, the 91 Falcons have taken the lead against the 85 Bears late in that one. That would definitely be an upset. Oilers are crushing the Jaguars. Dan Marino had fun against the Buccaneers, 38-3. McNair sacked again. That's Howie Long's 3rd sack. He's also forced 2 fumbles. Howie Long showing that he is a Hall of Famer. McNair now. He's going to have to get rid of this. He does. Short gain. 3rd and 11. And the Raiders are going to change their coaching philosophy to strip ball aggressive. I don't know what it was before when they forced 3 fumbles. McNair waiting. He's got to complete this. He knows it. He slings it over the middle. He's got his man, and he is down to the 1-yard line. And another frickin' injury. Throws it. Hits his man, Thomas, out of the backfield, and he gets inside the 1. 2 timeouts left. They need a touchdown on this play. And then hope for the onside kick, I believe. McNair will throw this one. And he catches it, but lands out of bounds. So look at Eddie Anderson. Not sure why. He's guarding no one out there. Why do the Raiders have two guys split out? Maybe because they knew the Titans would false start. John Runyon. All right, McNair, you got to put this one in the end zone. Aaron McNair is going to get sacked. This time by Scott Davis. And that'll bring it inside of a minute. McNair fires end zone. It should have been intercepted, but the defender cannot hold on to it. 4th and goal. The game's basically over, but if the Titans don't score here, then it's definitely over. And 3 of the 5 offensive linemen jump. The 88 Bengals are still leading the 2000 Ravens. I would have thought the Ravens were going to win that game, although the 88 Bengals were a very good team. So McNair fires, and that's going to be incomplete. The Raiders are going to win by 17, it looks like. There's Bo Jackson. He'll slam forward for a first down, and that does it. But, of course, there's an injury on the Raiders, so they call a timeout. And now we'll have a few kneels. Hopefully the Titans don't call a timeout. And they are not going to call a timeout, so that should do it. 4, 3, 2, 1. The Los Angeles Raiders of 1990 come into Tennessee and beat the 1999 Tennessee Titans 34-17. Schrader was decent. McNair was good except for the fumbles. But the fumbles hurt a lot. 2 defensive touchdowns by the Raiders was basically the difference. Bo Jackson was amazing. Marcus Allen was good. Thomas was better than expected for the Titans. The Freak got a sack. Howie Long got 3. And there you go. 34-17. Raiders beat the Titans. Well, thanks for checking out Best Era Football. We'll be back with an afternoon game. Not sure which one it'll be, but one of the 3 will be broadcast on YouTube. For now, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, as this is Thanksgiving night. And hopefully the rest of your weekend is good as well. If you're watching on a replay, definitely check out the rest of the games in Best Era Football. And check out, if you like historical rosters, you want to check out Sack to the Future, which you can find some of the games here, but of course the playlists are on the Vinny X Wolf channel, and that is going back to 1960 and playing each season through. So that's a different type of experience, but still great custom roster historical football. For this one, I'll show you a couple of the stats real quick before we shut it down. McNair and Schrader both played well. Thomas, Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen. McNair had 72 yards. Always be Pittman. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night.